All right, welcome back. We've heard a lot about the Trump accounts for children, right? We've talked about it on this show, and it's a great idea and should be adopted by as many eligible people as possible, right? He's even given a head start to a great many of those kids with an initial deposit of $1,000. We often hear about this K-shaped economy. We talk about it a lot, and how the lower part of that income brackets, they don't have large 401ks, if they have any at all. But now the Trump administration is exploring its options to create a retirement savings plan for workers who don't have an employer-provided one without really going through Congress, right? One option they're looking at is resurrecting former President Obama's MyRA program, which Trump closed in 2017, citing high costs. Obama announced that plan, which eventually drew 30,000 participants during his State of the Union speech 12 years ago in 2014. Another idea would be to integrate a new iteration of the so-called Savers Match, the federal government's matching contribution to certain retirement savings plans beginning in 2027. So you can't really say that Trump's not trying, can you? My next guest, he looks at this kind of stuff all day long, every day as well. Please welcome to the show Mr. Craig Bolanos, co-founder and wealth advisor of VestGen Wealth Partners in Chicago. Really appreciate you being on the show, Craig. You always have something great to say. I've been out traveling. People love to hear your ideas about what to do with their retirements. So we'd like to hear about this one. It seems like a good idea to me. It also seems like the administration's trying to put more and more onus and responsibility back on the individual to have them help themselves, because you know what? Maybe there's not going to be a ton of Social Security at the end of the rainbow for a lot of these people. Am I reading into that a little bit too much?
Wait, Scott, don't you hear that big freight train coming down the rails 2032 when Social Security can't pay its bills? We've got 40 million Americans who are absent a retirement plan. And MyRA from the Obama administration was not a failure. It was an experiment. And from the experiment under that previous administration, we learned that auto-enrollment worked. So this is a game of chess. Think about what just happened. We got Trump accounts and we had advertisements on the Super Bowl encouraging young people to get saved early. Now, when we have the big speech, I'm talking State of the Union, I got my bowl of popcorn and a good Cabernet already picked out. We may have Trump accounts for adults. And if you pair this new retirement account that's being floated with the new savers credit that starts in 2027 that would give tax refunds directly into people's retirement accounts, boy, you can see how this is all linked and coming together.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't miss this one. I missed a lot of things, but I didn't miss this one because I have been worried about this running out of, truth be told, we don't have any money in our Social Security savings at the government level. It's just a bunch of IOUs because they've plundered that account. But technically speaking, there's supposed to be some money there until 2032-ish for a lot of these folks when they retire. But it might not be all there. There are going to be some haircuts taken. There's going to be a change in the retirement age. I mean, we're going to see a lot of those things happen because, quite frankly, Craig, and I think you'd agree with me, they have to happen. Because other than that, you're just going to shrug your shoulders and say, the cash ain't there, right? We got to do something. So the quicker and the faster that the administration starts to do stuff like this probably gives us a better chance of having some staying power when those types of things start to happen. But what's interesting about it is that this administration will be well, off into the retirement area where they're not going to get credit for it if it does work, because this is going to be something that happens down the road, not tomorrow.
And if we stop worrying about who gets credit for successes and who is to blame for failures, think of how much further we'll be ahead as a country. Remember, in the great Rocky Balboa speech, he said, you can't be pointing fingers at him or her or anybody, right? And I think about this, it's one more step in the right direction. And I would love to see some form of a national program that grants access to 40 million people who just don't know how to get started. And the benefits will go beyond those 40 million people. The benefits will be for absolutely everybody, because the more we talk about retirement savings, the more we talk about the various platforms that people can be using, the more we encourage people to get money into the equivalent of tax insurance accounts, or what some have dubbed the tax-free safety zone of the Roth IRA, which is essentially what the Obama era program was. It was a mini-style Roth account. I think it's going to be great for everyone. one. So what should you do? Can I just tell America what to do really quick?
Absolutely.
Number one, if you missed the thing Scott and I have talked about, you're filing your income tax form, make sure you make a query with your tax professional about what you need to do to get a Trump account set up for that young person that you love. Number two, I mentioned Roth IRAs. It's not too late. Get your Roth IRA funded for 2025. You've got up until April 15th of 2026 to get it done. Number three, watch the State of the Union tonight. Take away whatever you want to take away, but if there is a mention of retirement accounts, lean in, pay attention, and spread the word to create awareness amongst yourself, your family members, and colleagues that it's an individual responsibility for everybody to be self-reliant to get retired and stay retired.
You know, this is an old idea, and it got shot down, and I understand why it got shot down, but I don't know if you remember when Bush wanted to put people in charge of their own Social Security way back when. I don't know how many years ago that was now. But the worry is that we were going to put them in charge of their own Social Security. They were going to blow it, and then they're going to come back to the government for a handout anyway, right? So that was the problem, because but I think that with more education and ideas like this, it's not 100% your Social Security. It's just going to be something that you're adding on to it. I think this one actually has some legs if people get started. And I think probably one of the hardest things to do, Craig, and maybe you could agree, is just getting started, right?
The hardest thing is always just getting started. When we hearken back to the Bush era administration, part of it was copying other countries that have successfully privatized some of their programs, like the country of Chile did allow for investment of Social Security funds. I think if the dot-com bubble wouldn't have burst 2000, 2001, 2002, we'd have a very different story. But like all things, the trend in investing, like you talk about, Scott, when you invest in great companies of America, the trend is up. Because where was the Dow under President Bush? 10,000? Now the Dow just eclipsed what? 50,000? These are big changes, everybody. You got to get excited, lean in, get started, get educated, and I hope we get a quote unquote Trump account for adults coming down the pipe.
That'd be great to hear tonight. We'll all be listening with bated ears, not bated breath. Thanks for coming on, Craig. Craig Bolanos, he's co-founder and wealth partner at Wealth Advisors, VestGen Wealth Partner in Chicago. Boy, oh boy, can't get